along. Matt, yes, you had a question?
Yes, this was to kind of tie into what you said about pedestrian access before. First, when I went up and looked, it's been years since I've been up there, and this is going to be a beautiful reuse of that parcel. And so it looks like it's going to work out phenomenally. But with the pedestrian connections, because I know there's a lot of concern about, I think it was Glen Street, with the volume of traffic coming through there, is there any way to figure in the plans to discourage the vehicular traffic from entering off Glen onto this to minimize the impact, or see what can be done, because that will really impact that whole street and neighborhood? And then also with the pedestrians coming from the Golden Hill project, was there any thought put into having them go on to Glen Street to get them off the Empire State Trail on the 32 and Greenkill area? Because I mean, the way that's designed right now, it's a death trap, and putting a large volume of people on there, that's, in my opinion, asking for trouble.
So I'll take some of that, Roger. You want to take some as well. With respect to the Glen Street and the vehicular traffic, the county has made a commitment with respect to that access to, if it legally can, close that access off, and the city wants that access closed off, that the county would do that and leave it open for emergency purposes only. So we've made that commitment. That there may be some legal hangups with respect to that, but we have made that commitment to basically do that. And we've also made the commitment that we will not use that Glen Street access for construction purposes at all. So those are the two commitments that are out there relative to that. The idea of using Glen Street for pedestrians, I think my sense is that Glen Street suffers the same problems with respect to vehicle traffic that it does for pedestrians. It's just not wide enough. There's no sidewalks on it. It is, to be frank, it is not well maintained in the wintertime. The accident data shows that most of the accidents, indeed, I think almost only one accident that's been recorded up there is not weather related. And the good thing is once we get down to 32 from the project location, we actually come out to a sidewalk that is completed right all the way through to the gateway location. So pedestrians that move down to 32 are moved down to an actual sidewalk. They're not moved down to those areas on Route 32 that essentially are just shoulders. So they're actually moved down to a sidewalk.
Roger, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think we need to continue to explore too, Sue, to what we spoke about is how we bring some sidewalk connectivity to that area. So those are going to be some things we take a look at, of how we get folks to tie up with some of those existing pedestrian connection points there. So possible along Golden Hill Drive, or maybe we can work something through the counties with the DOH, because they have some connection points in that site as well. So we need to look at those connection points a little bit closer after we talked, and we'll do that here before we come back and with another revised set of plans after we get a chance to digest some of your comments, and those will be some things that we can take a look at as well. So most certainly appreciate the comments as it relates to the connectivity. We definitely would like to figure out some ways to interconnect properties where we can make those as easy connections, but there's some topography, as you know, if you've been out there. There's some challenges in a few spots with some grades, so we have to work through those to provide those types of connections.